Welcome, everybody. This is Ava filling in for John. Welcome to Mertech.com's Daily News Update Extra. We are sharing a video snippet that provides no nonsense, common sense, logic, and truth. I am following this channel and given this video a thumbs up. The link to this video is in the description box below. Please follow Mertech on Rumble. Give me a thumbs up and share this information far and wide. This great news update will begin momentarily. Thank you and may God bless.
Former top DOJ official calls for special counsel to investigate Biden health cover-up. Former Deputy Assistant Attorney General in the Office of Legal Counsel, John Yoo, called for a special counsel to investigate the people who conspired to conceal Biden's declining health. Yoo appeared on Fox News, Jesse Watters Primetime on Friday, and told fill-in host Kayleigh McEnany that a special counsel will be able to get people under oath to testify about Biden's health. So Mr. Yoo said a special counsel should work with a special investigative committee to probe allegations of a cover-up related to Biden's declining health. Not only was Biden mentally declining, he may have been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer while he was in office.
I think the first thing it does is that it would get people under oath. And these people could then not lie, obfuscate, tell the American people things that are not true in order to cover up President Biden's health. And also, I think, to conceal whether they themselves abused power, broke federal laws by exercising the power of the office of the presidency without his authorization. And that kind of investigation usually has a single person, a special counsel. Here, I say, let's have Robert Hur come back and do it, right? A special counsel who conducts it like a prosecutor. And if those Biden aides, Biden family members refuse to cooperate, then you have the Justice Department can go in, enforce those subpoenas, and throw people in jail for refusing to answer Congress's questions.
House Oversight Chairman James Comer identified 5 Biden aides who were involved in the cover-up of Joe Biden's mental decline and auto pen scandal.
Well, we're going to request that 4 staffers that we've identified as the main gatekeepers for the Biden White House, that they come and answer our questions. We're also requesting that Dr. O'Connor come. That's the first step towards a subpoena. I think that we can do that in Congress. We're going to bring these people in for depositions and transcribed interviews, and we're going to ask every question that a good journalist like yourself, Jesse, would ask. The American people want to know this. Momentum's on our side. New evidence has emerged just in the last few days, and I think that all eyes will be watching this new investigation by the House Oversight.
Well, the call for an investigation is great, but I, like many of you, are sick of all the talk. We want action. We want results. And we want them now. We want to see people in cuffs, charged, sentenced, in jail. We're talking about a massive scandal here and a massive cover-up. I mean, they installed this puppet president, and then they tried to cover up the fact that he's cognitively gone. People need to be held accountable, especially while Trump is in the White House. House Oversight Committee's fire-off letter demanding transcribed interview with Biden White House physician Kevin O'Connor. House Oversight Committee Chairman Representative James Comer sent a letter to Biden White House physician Kevin O'Connor on Thursday, demanding answers on his medical assessments of Joe Biden and conflicts of interest. Comer asks O'Connor to sit for a transcribed deposition on June 25th, 2025, to ensure his reports, quote, were not subject to any improper influence. The letter states, the committee remains interested in whether your financial relationship with the Biden family affected your assessment of former President Biden's physical and mental fitness to fulfill his duties as president. Given your connections with the Biden family, the committee seeks to understand if you contributed to an effort to hide former President Biden's fitness to serve for the American people. The committee seeks information about your assessment of and relationship with former President Biden to explore whether the time has come for Congress to revisit potential legislation to address the oversight of President's fitness to serve pursuant to its authority under Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. Chairman Comer notes that the Hur interview was a startling reminder of the president's rapidly deteriorating mental and physical condition, and that the tapes and newly reported on concerns from Biden cabinet officials, quote, will be examined by the committee. It can also be noted that a Parkinson's disease specialist visited the White House 10 times between November 2022 and July 2024, including 8 visits in 8 months, according to the White House visitor logs. O'Connor assisted in the cover-up of this information, claiming that the doctor was simply there to hold, quote, regular neurology clinics at the White House Medical Clinic in support of the thousands of active duty members assigned in support of White House operations. He further asserted that the exam found no neurological disorders such as stroke, Parkinson's, or any other impairments. As I said before, if the committee recommends charges to the Department of Justice and this falls into the hands of Attorney General Pam Bondi, she better deliver the results we all want. And it's these people charged and held accountable. They're criminals. Or else I think many in MAGA will be extremely further disappointed with Pam Bondi. Cancer, acne, rosacea, and experience boxes that need cleanse and protocol store .% off and support you. The Biden aide admits he hid Biden's cognitive decline, quote, because I care about the country. I want him to effing win. Former Obama aide John Lovett, co-host of the Pod Save America podcast, recently admitted in an interview with Jon Stewart that while he was not behind the scenes like Biden's handlers, he did stay silent about his concerns on Biden's health and mental capabilities. Lovett said he did not want to make too much noise and become part of the case against Joe Biden from the right.
I remember feeling, I want to talk about this as a huge liability. I want to talk about this as something Joe Biden can overcome. But I'm not going to go so far as to say, I think Joe Biden must drop out. He is too old to be president. A, because I didn't know exactly what was going on behind the scenes. But B, if Joe Biden is the candidate, I want him to fucking win because I care about the country. And I can't, and I don't want to be somebody suddenly having the words we're saying taken out of context and all of a sudden part of the case against Joe Biden from the right that would use any person criticizing Joe Biden from the left as a weapon against him. So it was about being honest about Joe Biden's age as a liability, while knowing that if he is the nominee, I want to be clear that I thought it was important to make sure we did everything we could to reelect him.
That sounds like damage control. Oh, I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. I didn't want to give any ammunition to the right to amplify the case against Joe Biden. Really, dude? We all saw the cognitive decline, the physical decline of Joe Biden, not just the past 4 years, but even before when they installed him in 2020. All of you cowards out there were just unwilling to tell the truth. You don't love this country, because if you did, you would tell the truth at the very same time we all were telling the truth. Now it all makes sense. Tapper lets it slip that coming clean on Biden is really about getting Trump. The recent spectacle of Tapper making the rounds on the interview circuit to promote his latest book, Original Sin, President Biden's Decline, its cover-up, and his disastrous choice to run again, co-authored with Alex Thompson, has such a woof in the henhouse feel to it that both the interview tour and the 5 years too late investigation into former President Joe Biden's cognitive decline simply must involve sinister ulterior motives. Sure enough, in an interview posted to the social media platform X on Friday, Tapper revealed those motives, it seems.
There needs to be transparency by leaders when it comes to their health. And I would argue that some of the skepticism we've heard from Democrats, Republicans, and doctors, I have no idea what's true, what's not true. All I can say is like that lack of confidence in the transparency that's being offered didn't come out of nowhere. And three, like this, or C, I'm really bad at that. And C, this applies to Donald Trump too, and every future president. Donald Trump has released like nothing about his health.
Right.
And while there aren't the questions of acuity, there are certainly questions about his health.
Yeah.
And we can't have this as a country. We have such a powerful executive branch, and at this stage, such an unco-equal legislative branch, and such weak political parties. we're really racing towards a very dangerous situation. What if there had been that 2 a.m. phone call for Joe Biden?
Two things here. Number one, everything these people do is always going to be about attacking Donald Trump, his supporters, or anybody in President Trump's orbit. It's beneficial. It's profitable for them, even exposing Joe Biden. Number two, where was Jake Tapper the past 4 years? This is exactly what America is fed up with. Right. Every single one of us out there that were pointing out Joe Biden's obvious mental and physical decline while he was in that office, installed as the president, we were called conspiracy theorists. We were called off-the-wall right-wingers. We were called liars. We were called absolute disgraces for assuming or questioning such a thing. Some of us got even censored on social media platforms as a result. But now, while Donald Trump is in the Oval Office, now it's politically safe to continue to expose Joe Biden. Right. Now that the mainstream media says it's okay, now it's okay. That's what everyone is sick of. And that's why they're being completely rejected and their credibility is obliterated. My name is Drew Hernandez for the Gateway Pundit, and you have been on Watch with Drew Hernandez. I'll see you guys on the next one.